Howdy folks, so it turns out the Little Mermaid movie is out, and I wanted to do a review, but I just couldn't stand to watch it. If they had redone the whole thing at Disney Animation Group, it probably would have been pretty good, but the live action versions have started, or well actually, they're not even live action, they're CGI. I'm not sure there's any real people in them. They try to make them look like real people, but you know deep down inside they're not. CGI animation is the way the world's going lately. All four of the Avengers movies were more animated people than real people, so why should the House of Mouse do anything different than that? I'd ask you that, seriously. Well, so, anyway, the problem is not with the mermaid specifically. The problem is with everything around the mermaid. Well, I was gonna just set it aside for a while. I just couldn't deal with it. And then I saw Metatron's review of The Woman King, and I'm like, that's genius. They're not telling a black story. They're telling a white story with a black person in it, and the black person feels alien. Disney is actually trying to make people get along less well. Because in the last, practically 40 years, it's been going on as long as I can remember. In the last 40 years, the white and black politics has been healing up a lot of their breaches. And thank you so much to the House of Mouse for trying to open those wounds. And as Alan Rickman said, we're going to dig around in there with a spoon. So, long story short, I didn't go to see the movie. And I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I'm not, at the moment, overly inclined to go see it. And what really bugged me was when Trevor Noah comes out and says he can't see the difference between the original Little Mermaid and the new Little Mermaid. And I said, dude, you're not colorblind. You're gay. Which isn't an insult, because he's come out several times saying he was gay. But the original Little Mermaid, ignoring the color, she had much narrower chin and much shinier hair, and I think her eyes were even a little closer together, and that's things that guys actively look for in a woman. Or I should say real men, because Trevor Noah's probably a genetic male, probably, but and even if we're not looking for it consciously, we're looking for it subconsciously. It's something we want to see, and you can't hold all women to that standard, because only 10% of women, if you're lucky, actually fit the ideal, but honestly, you're always wondering, you know, what percentage of the standard they are. I mean, I don't want to brag, but yeah, mine is more than most. So, no. Long story short, the real problem, what really killed the Little Mermaid, is cultural appropriation, because they're not telling a Black Mermaid story. I mean, I've studied mythology for a long time. I know that there's many, 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 many good Black Mermaid stories out there, but this is not one of them. This is a white mermaid story with a Black Mermaid injected in it forcibly. And if they want to blame us for cultural appropriation of their stories, then it's only neighborly to call them out when it's done to the other way around. It's probably, can't even honestly say it was by Black people, because I can't name a single Black person working at the House of Mouse. They hired one, I know for sure one actress, but she's going to regret that for the rest of her life. So this is more like a court trial than an actual movie review. And to add insult to injury, a mermaid is not a good thing. I mean, by modern standards, the closest thing we can compare them to is an alien. And you know, when you're saying a Black person makes a better alien than a white person, that's rude. I honestly never thought of the original mermaid as white. I mean, she's probably a light color, but well, the part that really stands out is the green part. That lady is mostly fish, and that is not hot. I've never found anything mostly fish to be hot, so that's all there really needs to be said about that. I was going to do a little piece on how bad it would be to find an actual mermaid, but that's actually worthy of a separate video. So I'll get out of here for today. Thanks for watching!